world has passed away. Amidst the ruins lurks an ageless fear. It sees you, Outlander. You will not survive.
Hey dudes and dudettes, I'm Derek with GameSomniac, and today I wanted to talk about the upcoming Quake-inspired first-person shooter, Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, being developed by none other than 3D Realms. If you like our videos and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to be notified whenever we upload something new. Alright, before we get into the game, I want to go back to what I said in the beginning of this video, which was that Wrath, Aeon of Ruin was being developed by 3D Realms. Now, for those of you who aren't hip on what's going on in Devland, 3D Realms is a subsidiary of Apogee Software. That's right, that Apogee. And has been doing business as 3D Realms since 1996. Now, 3D Realms has been through hell and back, failing as a company on one end of the spectrum, while also succeeding on the other, with a majority of its time spent on the negative side. This is mainly due to its history of negative publicity coming out to the public in the form of new lawsuits, sometimes between them and Gearbox, sometimes not, but most of the time between them and Gearbox. Following two extensively delayed games, 3D Realms laid off a significant portion of their staff and then underwent a corporate restructure. From that point on, they would only participate in smaller projects, acting as the producing and publishing entity. Then in March of 2014, the company was acquired by SD Invest, which is a Danish holding company and part owner of Interceptor Entertainment, a Danish development studio and a partner of 3D Realms. Now, back in May of 2014, just 2 months after the acquisition took place, 3D Realms had revealed that they themselves were working on a new game called Bombshell. This game was actually going to feature Duke Nukem's female counterpart, Shelly Bombshell Harrison, who was originally designed for and featured in the early versions of Duke Nukem Forever. Now, the game was released and it did feature Shelly Bombshell Harrison, and it was a top-down arcade shooter. Semi-successful, kind of mixed reviews. It didn't really put 3D Realms back on the map, but it looked like for the time being that they had stepped foot back into the ring of game design. The company's next video game venture would then be in 2017 when 3D Realms announced a return to development with a Zoom platform partnership for Shadow Stalkers, which was expected to come out sometime last year in 2018 for PlayStation 4, PC, Mac, and even Linux. Yep, totally mispronounced Linux. Initially, Bernie Stoller and Jordan Freeman of Zoom Platform, along with Scott Miller of 3D Realms, and actor Pierce Brosnan were linked to the project. Although if you would look up information on Shadow Stalkers now, the game would actually be listed as one of 3D Realms' canceled projects. You'll also find, however, that other sources claim that the game will still be released sometime this year, but with no involvement from 3D Realms. On February 28th of 2018, 3D Realms had announced that the game Aeon Maiden, a prequel to Bombshell, was being developed by Voidpoint and using Ken Silverman's build engine. The game, by the way, is fucking epic. This game is in early access and it's catching so much attention. I could easily make this video about Aeon Maiden, which I don't want to do, but just know it's a beautifully crafted game, fucking amazing, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. And now we're here. It's 2019 and 3D Realms has yet again announced a brand new title slated for release this summer, and it's called Wrath, Aeon of Ruin. The company issued this statement on their official website. 3D Realms is back. After a historic 26 years of kicking ass and not chewing gum, the legendary developer is returning with new talent, new games, and a renewed passion for innovative experiences. My whole point for revisiting the history of 3D Realms is that this company, who is responsible for bringing us amazing, awesome, astounding, and many other adjectives beginning with the letter A, video game IPs like Duke Nukem, Max Payne, and even Prey. No, not that one. This one. Yeah, that one. This company is back, and for the better, and I'm excited. I'm sincerely ecstatic. I want to see where this takes 3D Realms, and I want to see just how bright their future is, because right now they're on the right path. They're putting out some really cool shit, and it really just seems like they're having fun with it at this point, which is really refreshing to see. They're not taking themselves seriously, and it's showing in their work. They're just creating quality pieces of work. I just want to see where it takes them, because right now it's very promising. Now, let's get on to the game itself, Wrath, Aeon of Ruin. What do we know about this game? Just from the reveal trailer and gameplay videos online, virtually nothing. We now know that we are Outlander, as credited by the reveal trailer's narrator, who also happens to be the same woman who narrated the Doom 2016 trailer.
Amidst the ruins lurks an ageless fear. It sees you, Outlander. Now this brave new world has gone to hell. Amidst the ruins lurks an ageless fear. It sees you. It sees you. Has gone to hell.
We know that like any FPS game, we have an arsenal of hopefully fun and unique weapons to play with. We pick up blood vials for health and armor shards for, you guessed it, armor. But to know the full extent of what the game has to offer, you're going to have to do a little digging and reading on the what, Jim?
The information superhighway.
According to the game's page on 3drealms.com, you are Outlander. Once adrift upon the ageless sea, you now find yourself on the shores of a dying world. From the consuming darkness emerges a figure cloaked in white, the shepherd of wayward souls, who burdens you with the task of hunting down the remaining guardians of the old world. You must journey into the vast gloom to explore ancient ruins, discover forgotten secrets, and battle the horrors that lurk within. Equipped with an arsenal of 9 weapons of exceptional might and an inventory of 10 powerful artifacts, you must traverse ancient crypts, sunken ruins, corrupted temples, and howling forests to bring death to your enemies. But do not underestimate your adversaries, for they are great in power and number. Your mind must be as sharp as your blade if you hope to survive the dangers ahead. 3D Realms also had this to say about Wrath. The game is fueled by legendary Quake 1 technology. The veins of Wrath pump the DNA of revered 90s shooters. Wrath embraces the timeless elements of classic titles such as Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem 3D, Blood, Unreal, and Hexen, and carries them into the 21st century. So now we know that the game does not take place in modern day, but rather sometime long, long ago, but not in a galaxy far, far away. Don't sue us, Disney. YouTube already took away our monetizing privileges. We also know that along with our inventory of weapons, we'll also have an inventory of 10 artifacts that more than likely augment the gameplay through modifying Outlander's abilities. Wikipedia notes that the weapons in the game ranges from a wrist-mounted blade to high-powered projectile weapons, each with their own alternate fire. You'll also notice in the gameplay videos online that the game can be saved only once the player has found a soul tether. There are no checkpoint saves whatsoever in this game. And like in Quake, once the soul tether has been collected, the player can choose to save at any point in the game. Now, unlike Quake, the ability to save is a consumable resource, so use it wisely. Another thing we know, thanks to Wikipedia, is that the music is being composed by none other than Andrew fucking Hulsholt, so it's obviously going to be good. I mean, honestly, what game isn't composed by Andrew Hulsholt these days? Did you know he did the Bury the Trend cover of Grab Bag that we featured in our Grab Bag, the ultimate tribute to Duke Nukem video? Yeah, we didn't know that either until we looked up Burying the Trend and Andrew fucking Hulsholt appeared. Give that man a cookie. As with most classic retro FPS throwback games, Wrath, Aeon of Ruin is episodic, with the first episode being released on Steam this summer, but still no word on when the rest of the episodes will follow suit. One cool thing I wanted to touch on was the history of the project. The game has actually been in the works for a while, and it wasn't until the main developer Jeremiah Killpixel Fox took notice of the Quake mod community that he had decided to utilize the freely available Quake engine development tools to develop the game. It started out as an independent project that Fox had conceptualized himself. Now, Wrath was conceived as a game that draws heavily from the combat of Doom, the interactivity of Duke Nukem 3D, the spatial awareness of Quake, and the darker theme of Hexen. Fox was building Wrath as a modern game created using retro technologies as opposed to a retro game created with modern technologies. After the idea began taking shape and development began, Fox quit his job and just focused entirely on the development of the game full time. When Fox discovered 3D Realms' Discord channel after viewing the trailer for Aeon Maiden, which he also considered to be his closest competition for Wrath, he eventually posted a short video of a weapon prototype which caught the attention of the company's management, oddly enough. 3D Realms Vice President Frederick Schreiber contacted Fox and actually brought him on board to continue developing Wrath with a professional team. Now, the biggest problem that the team faced was actually that the game was being built on the Quake engine, which 3D Realms had very little experience in. Now, when I first heard that this game was being done in Quake 1 tech, I initially thought that id developers had some kind of involvement in the game, but quite the contrary. To bridge the experience gap, 3D Realms actually recruited from the Quake modding community. Among those from the community that were invited to join the development team were modeler Daniel Weinerson and mappers Roman Bearlight, Marcus Hayes, and Gavin Edgington. 2019 is going to be the year of the FPS revival. Wrath is just one of many games coming out that are taking the very foundation built by the legends before them and transforming it, evolving it into this new world of first-person shooter gaming, and I personally want to see more of it. And we'd like to thank everybody for watching, as well as all the gamers whose gameplay we used to make this video. Be sure to check out their channels, links are in the description. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, and what games you are excited for that are a part of the FPS revival. If there's a game you think we should cover or bring attention to, please let us know in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe for more video game news and entertainment right here at GameSomniac. Bye-bye!